Hello folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is A-Train 9 version 4. All feels jolly familiar so far. So this is apparently the Masters Edition. Now, for those of you who have been with me for some time, you may be remembering that I spent quite a while in A-Train version 3, 9 version 3. I think I took the wrong approach in the way that I've been playing it so far. I mean, I've been giving it some thought. I've had this version 4 in my library for some time, but haven't quite got round to kicking off. So I'm not entirely sure what the latest and greatest features are, but I figured you might like to come with me as we go on this adventure together. So the reason I say that I was playing it wrongly is that I was trying to play it like any kind of standard Western transport, city building, tycoon-esque game, for want of a better word, a city builder, if you like. Whereas, in fact, this is a city builder in the truest form. Is what you're aiming to do is build the city that you most want to see, or cities, I guess. I mean, judging by the size of this map, you could build something really quite spectacularly large. So my objective is to build something that's pretty good looking, rather than simply trying to fight the power and build something that is generally profitable. Yeah, try saying that after a beverage or two. So first things first, we're on a brand new map. I went into the map editor and basically fired it up and said, go hog wild. We've got about 20% mountain, 30-40% water, and the rest of it's land, as you can no doubt see. Shall I stop just moving around and get to building some stuff? That would probably be beneficial. Now, I've not tried any of the... I haven't found any new tools yet. I'm sure there are. I think one of the big selling features that I'm aware of is that there is a much greater selection of trains in this game. Not that it bothers me in the slightest. I had difficulty enough with the selection we started with. I'm going to start over here. Nice big flat section. Now, I have turned on some of the more complicated options, not least of all for timetabling, because timetables, I think, are my favourite feature in the game, bizarrely enough. Right, okay, so business as usual. Get a materials factory going. I don't know. How shall we? Okay, right. Well, let's not mess about. Let's get ourselves a depot. And see what occurs. So I have seen Monty Rico, if you're not familiar with his work, is a fine practitioner of, well, exactly the same games that I play, and one of the things that he's been playing in it recently is this. And one of the things I noticed him do was set up track. I suspect quite strongly that he's played a tutorial of some description, but set up track that actually went off map, and apparently that will have some happy-go-lucky fellas bring you in some goods. Now, I'm not sure if this is, in any way factual, but I'm going to try it out. So we'll make it relatively large in size, but I figured I'd try the same thing. How's my level of detail looking? I've got my graphics ramped up to, well, just about everything switched on, and at a reasonably high level as well. So theoretically this should all look hunky-dory. So bang a medium one of these chaps down. I'm not going to build it underground because I just want to see if this import system works or not. If it does, handy. If it doesn't, then we'll go into building our own factories and going from there. Now, I mean, that's probably going to happen over time anyway, but I figured we might as well see what we can see. Right, the other thing that I've done, because I found it to be incredibly helpful in the last game, was I have set the speed really quite slow, And that's the reason I've done this is for timetabling purposes more than anything else. Being able to set timetables correctly and having enough time in the day for stuff to happen is a big deal. The only concession I've really given myself in terms of making it any easier is I have given myself the maximum amount of cash available to begin with, because, as I'm sure you are aware, cash is not that easy to manage in this game unless you're going to, basically just hack the stock market on a regular basis. So we'll build we'll get some roads going in here, and we'll see if anybody deems it necessary to turn up. It is the weekend, which may mean that folk are less inclined to send me free goods, and to be honest, I don't know if that was an option or what, so anything could happen. I'm just going to build a little grid just on the off chance that we do get some stuff coming along and anybody wants to build up. This is, just a little starter area to try a few things out, but unless I make a complete and catastrophic mess of this, I'm going to persist with this map. Apologies for that. Things falling off. Yeah, I'm going to persist with this map for as long as I can. Hopefully, building up something truly dramatic. But we'll see. We'll see. So far, not a lot. Anyway, here we go. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Any takers? Anyone at all? I have to remember whether there's a specific station for goods. There isn't, as far as I can recall. Okay, right. This looks to me like no one's going to show up. I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to do it myself. Last chance there, automatic train. We'll give you till the end of end of Wednesday. See where we get to. Yeah, so running at this speed, it can take a little while to get anywhere, and I don't believe that once you're in motion, you can change the game speed. Although I could be wrong on that front. Right, okay, that's the end of Wednesday. It's just me and you, game. No outside assistance is coming. I'm sure Monty will probably spot that I've recorded this, and he'll come by and let me know exactly what I've got wrong. He's nice like that. Okay, right. So business as usual. We shall go with getting trucks set up to ferry us some stuff up here, I suppose. Unless I need do I need a train on there? Maybe. Oh heck, let's try it. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Let's buy me. Oh, now they said there were new services. That's a lot of trains to play with. Fun. Okay, cool. Right, freight only. And he gives us 3 to choose from. Express freight. I don't need express freight at this stage of the game. Hold on. What do we got here? Now the CSX, I believe, it looks, it's the most US oriented of all the kind of train designs. But if I recall correctly, it was a little on the buggy side. Not that I ever noticed it, but running through forums, people would say, no, it's got bugs all over the place, that one. So I think we'll just go with this nice, cheap and cheerful. Yeah, since we're just, we'll do it. There we go. Off we trot. Ah, yes, this feels more plausible. All right, place. There we go. Now, is he going to go anywhere? Right, he's off. Come back with good things. This may yet be a prosperous enterprise. There we go. There, right. He's gone to fetch me things, and then he's taken them away again. All right. Okay. All right. Let's. Now, where's the? Oh, you can tell it's been a little while since I've played this. Timetable assistant. There we go. Right. Let's change the schedule here, and we will go weekdays only. In fact, we'll go Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and that'll about do it. Stop and unload directions. Yeah, stop know exactly why. Unload only. There we go. Right. Right, fella, you can now get back to work. So he's only going 3 days a week. I could probably up his days a week again now. No, you carry on. Just stroll on. I'm done with the timetable assistant. Thank you. Close the timetable assistant. Right, so it's going to cost me a little bit of money to actually run him, but there we go. We've got goods coming in. Now I want to get some road built up here. The question is anybody going to build of their own volition? I believe that's an option, and I may have skipped over it. Where are we? System? No. Any takers at all? That feels like an option that I could only set up before the game had begun. Right. Okay. Well, fair enough. In which case, it may just be down to me. Well, let's get something built then. Let's start out with my own headquarters. I'm not going to be too expensive with my headquarters. We'll just put a delicate one down there, and then we'll get some offices up next to that. Keep it fairly cheap, please. And then I'll run some housing. Now, maybe it's because I've got the speed up quite high, but I didn't notice me taking any of the goods out there, which I probably should have done. Where are we? Construction, headquarters. I want apartment buildings. No, I want houses. I just want houses. I'll see them. I'll see it any second. I don't really need to be placing post boxes right now. We could put a shop in here, I suppose. Yeah, sure. Let's put a department store. There we go. Yes, it is working. Right, cool. Right. I'm not making the same mistake that I've made before, where I have I've still been in edit mode while trying to do this stuff. Right, we'll wait for Wednesday to roll around, and he'll reload us with some goodies. There we go. There's houses. Right, fine. Let's go with some apartments. Now, as before, if you're not familiar with the game, I'll try and walk you through some of the quirks that this game has. The first one to get used to is the nature of the interface, which is not immediately intuitive, particularly if you're coming off a train fever, as quite obviously I am. Right, now then, no sales. No sales. And a further no sales. Okay, where am I? Am I just being impatient? Should I be waiting for the AI to kick itself into high gear and a few people move in? Alright, I'm going to let this run for a couple of minutes. I'll be back in just a mo, and we'll see exactly what we're getting. Stay tuned. Okay, so the secret weapon that I was missing was in fact power. So I've set up a couple of these nice solar chaps here, and in fact the AI has taken such a liking to the fact that there's now power in the city that they've built a little house up here, which I can't do anything with. So there you go. Right, so let's have a quick look at the city size. I'd completely forgotten about power. What a ridiculous thing to do. I haven't named it yet because it feels a little premature. We're not yet at a position where exciting things will happen. Where are we? Electric power demand is 2,000. We're providing 20,000. That'll keep us going for a while. I don't want to go anywhere near any of my economic stuff because I know it's going to be a disaster right now. The other thing you can probably notice, in fact, I'd be very surprised if you couldn't, is I've got some bus and truck routes running. So the critical thing to remember is the station sphere of influence, circle of influence here, is all important. Basically, if you are bringing goods or let's talk goods, right? If you're bringing goods into the city and you don't have any empty space in a depot within this sphere of influence, you can't drop anything off. It's that simple. So making sure you're within the sphere of influence is all important. Now, one trick that just about everybody does when you're using a depot is you build it underground. So by dropping the height of it, you can build it at a nice kind of low-key underground point. At which, in which case, what you end up with is a situation where you're not clogging up your buildable real estate with above surface depots. Personally, I quite like them above surface because it allows you to see at a glance exactly how many you've got. But as if to demonstrate the principle, we're going to just track this truck here, which is transporting materials over to the other end of the city. And they're being dropped off, if I bring up the construction again, because there's no easy way I've found to look underneath the city. As you can see, right underneath this truck stop here, we've got more materials being gathered. So I've got 2 trucks on that route. I've got some buses. I've got 3 buses that are running between my main area here. And the reason for using this particular area is very straightforward. Stuff you place right next to a station has a tendency to generate an awful lot of money over time. Very desirable location to live. So I've got bus stop right here, and then we stop on every seat on every street. We kind of zigzag our way up and down the streets, and then tear back again, go round like this. See all this clever mouse action, and then we're back up on ourselves. So the buses will bunch up unless unless you put a very clever timed route in, and that's something that's going to happen. Timing routes are one of the fundamentals to the game, making everything you do somewhat predictable. But it's tied to the traffic lights at each of these junctions. So as you can see, the bus is studiously waiting to get a green signal before it pushes on. And if you mistime those, you end up with two buses running in tandem, which is less than ideal. Still, we'll figure that out over time. Early days, as you can see, we are gradually building up. And this is the AI that's doing the building here. And a critical distinction to make is if I've bought the building myself, I make all the profits that it generates. Ho ho. Now, the costs this year also include the cost of having placed the thing in the first place. Or do they? Department store 2. I might be completely off there. Shops. Department store 2. Cost 58 million. It only includes the running costs. Right, fine, and indeed, great. But yes, as you can see, some buildings I can interfere with, some I can't. The ones no, you can interfere with all of them. This lot are all mine. Some of those are mine. There's an easy way to look them up, of course. You just go into, where are we? No, market. And then real estate. And we can see the profitability of each of the items that I've placed. Now, with a depot, your profitability comes from the amount of stuff that is taken from the depot by the local population. So as you can see, these 2 solar plants costing me money. All of these apartments costing me money. Everything will be costing me money right now because we need to wait for our population to build up. And just placing down a building is not going to do you any good. It's the AI population who will then move into it are the ones that matter. Oh, that's nice. That one's just built itself up, and for some reason I can't interrogate it. Presumably, or maybe, housing I can't deal with. But as you can see, this part of the town is gradually building up. And in the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand outwards and see about getting our first. I'll probably build my own factory because again, that is another source of profit if you use all the goods on it. And we'll start to talk about what the major plan is for this series. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Do leave a like and chuck us a comment if you want to see more of this. I know that there were very few people covering version 3 of the game. So if there's a feature in this one that you really want me to have a look at, as mentioned, I haven't really stumbled across anything that's different from the last version yet, apart from the number of vehicles. So, hey, maybe I've just spent full price on what was effectively a patch. So there you go. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Listen.